Hey squad, I'm so pumped up for the great things you did in your week 1, week 2, and week 3. I could not be happier. You are already an exceptional virtual assistant, and this week 4 is going to add to that your uniqueness. But if you're here to carry out your task, do not fret. Take it one step at a time, and you would get it right. Remember, you have got this. This week 4 is not for crybabies. It is a whole lot. Week 4 is all about internet research, data entry, and meeting management. So brace yourself up as we dive right in and follow each step of the way. So first of all, let's go with internet research. Let us do some practicing with this task. Research project management tools focusing on AI features, pricing plans, and integration options. We basically have 3 types of research. We have informational research, in-depth research, and data compilation research. Informational research have to do with using Google search and to see what is learned. In-depth research, you have to search reputable scholarly articles found online. You read them, you extract key information in a research paper or a presentation. This is the type of research mostly done in school. For data compilation research, you have to find sought after information and you compile them in a spreadsheet. This basically involves data entry. So we are going to practice these skills because as a virtual assistant, you might be asked to research a topic or a subject in the future. University project is just like that too. So back to the tasks I highlighted earlier. Let's do some research based on our project management tools, focusing on their features and pricing options. There are various ways to research. Many of us are familiar with Google search. In Google search, I can search by file type. For example, best project management tools for automating workflow .pdf. This particular search is going to give me various options in PDF format that when I click on, I can download the PDF and read through. Other ways you can narrow your Google search, you can use plus, symbols like plus and minus. You can add plus what you want and minus what you don't want. And also you can also use asterisks. I've been able to download one of the results I got, the PDF result I got from ClickUp. So that is how you can narrow your search on Google search and all. So this is it, an introduction to workflow management system. So all I have to do, I have to read this through and pick out the important information that I need for this particular task I'm working on. Sit up, this week is a whole deal, but don't worry, you can take it one step at a time. For this week, you would also do your research on this topic, or you can choose a topic of your choice to do your research on. And also, not just that, you're also going to do data entry, and you're also going to do transcription, and also you're going to take a meeting agenda and meeting minute. But don't worry, let's take it one step at a time. Another way I love to search, I love to use Google Scholar for my search. So whenever I head to my browser, I want to use Google Scholar, I'm just going to type Google Scholar. This is what I used in my project. I mean, when I was in school during my undergraduate days. So Google Scholar, this is the Google Scholar website, the first thing there. So I will just click on that to open Google Scholar website. Now this is Google Scholar. I get to search what I want to search. Google Scholar gives you scholarly articles, right? So I will type workflow optimization. I get to see work written by people before, reviewed by people. I get to see a lot. You read through. This is research. There is no limit. This will also help you broaden your knowledge and improve you personally. This is why it is a research, right? You have to gather sources from different places, read through, compare them, and also find relevant and up-to-date information. In our week 3, we also did part of some research in our travel arrangements. Researching has no limit. There are a lot of places to go to search. There are a lot of things to read. It has no limit. So do what to make your own research. This is another search tool, Statista. This helps you with data and statistics. So I can also go there for my search on project management tools. Based on all this research, we would be preparing an informational research and also a data compilation research. So these are options on Statista. There are various places to search. Just now, since I'm researching on project management tools for automating workflow, I can just go ahead to their official website or the official website of Trello, of Asana, of ClickUp, of Monday to see what they offer and read through. That is it. Just research, go far with your information and read through. But you have to define your problem statements. What information will help you? What do you need to find? What are your main sources of information? And gather your information. You can use reports, you can use articles, studies, just like we use Grammarly. And also you can check if your sources are reliable. And not just that, you summarize your findings, review your goals and questions. Now we also have some powerful AI assistants that can help you in your research. These tools are very powerful. They can only assist you, but they cannot do the work for you. This is ChatGPT, Gemini, and Microsoft Copilot. To use them, you can just browse ChatGPT and you get to chat with GPT. You can use these tools to conduct internet research, but you have to verify whatever report they give you using reputable websites and sources, because these tools make mistakes. There are no shortcuts to thorough research, and these AI tools are just to help you. They are just to assist you with your research, not to replace your research. While using these AI tools, you have to maintain some ethics. Number one is you have to give a full disclosure that this work is gotten from AI, and also you have to be transparent to your clients that their work is going to pass through AI, and you have to be responsible. Use AI to supplement, not replace human judgment. After all research done, in case this is an informational research, you're going to prepare a Google document and send to your client. For example, based on the research I conducted, this is the Google document I prepared. So this just gives the title of the research and the summary. Just 2 paragraphs. It doesn't have to be too long. If it is too long, your clients are busy, they won't have the time to read a long paper or a long research. Yes, so just make it 1 to 3 sentences for each paragraph. So this is well summarized enough. But also I went ahead to add links for further reading. In case your clients want to read more about what you've written, they can just click on those links to read them. There are still more AI tools that can help with your grammar, your spellings, error, and your summary. Yes, remember, as a virtual assistant, you should be able to leverage AI tools for efficiency. The AI tools I'm talking about is Grammarly and also Quillbot. For me in particular, I love using Quillbot because I got to use it while I was in school for plagiarism checker and all, and I was so comfortable with it. So don't worry, in the course of this video I would show you how to leverage these tools and find your way around it. Now, this informational research is mostly carried out if your client wants to know more about a particular information, if they want to find out about what is up to date, and don't forget to add links to further reading. That brings us to data compilation research or data entry. This is the research that you have to do. Data entry, you find sought after information and you compile them in a spreadsheet. So this is Google Sheets, one of our powerful Google Workspace tools. Remember in week 2 we talked about Google Workspace for a virtual assistant and we saw one of these, Google Sheets. So that is what we'll be using for our data entry. Click on that part highlighted to rename it. Data entry is the process of typing information into a computer or database. This information can come from the research you just conducted. Virtual assistants often on the go in this data entry. This is to help their clients keep track of important information. Data entry also requires accuracy and attention to details. This will ensure that the information is correct and useful. This can involve typing customer details into a system, also creating and conducting surveys and all. So for our research on project management, you're going to do some data entry based on that. Now on my Google sheet, I'm going to create columns, about 4 columns according to tool name, AI features, pricing plan, and integrating options. So I'll be inputting the details there. Data entry skill, you have to know how to use Google Sheet, your ability to use Google Sheet, your ability to conduct research, and also I already mentioned attention to details and accuracy. Also, your typing speed is required in data entry. If you are not so busy, you could open your Google Sheet and practice along. Your task for this week is going to be your meeting. Under the meeting arrangement, that will be your meeting agenda and your meeting note. We'll get to it in the course of this video. Also, lest I forget, I loved your week 1. I loved how you were able to communicate with your peers, how you were able to express yourself, and I want you to master your communication skill. That is why in this week 4 also you would be having a call with your peer. From the call, you get to master transcribing and also to a summary of meeting, and then you would be able to create your meeting agenda, your meeting notes. Don't worry, we get to it. I see how you are mastering your skills as a virtual assistant. I don't want you to just be a virtual assistant. I want you to be an exceptional and a unique virtual assistant. I told you that it is not going to be easy. Every great determination needs great action. You have got this. If every other person is giving 100, you should give 120. Remember your grit and growth mindset. I'm glad you do, and you have it. We already talked about this in week 1. And I believe in you, and I also know that you are not going to stop until you get it done. Now back to our presentation. Based on the research, I've gone ahead to insert the tools based on their tool name, their pricing plan, and also their integration options. Inserting details on the cell is quite easy. So you just click on the cell and click on enter, and then you get to type whatever you want to insert in that particular cell. If you're here to see our videos on week 1, Introduction to Virtual Assistants, week 2, Google Workspace for a VA, week 3, Travel Arrangements, where we get to chill with the big boys. I love your by the way, I love your work on week 3, Travel Arrangements. You did amazing. I'm so proud of your accomplishments. You're doing great things, and I could not be happier. And this is week 4, right? Yes, week 4. This is a lot in week 4. Now you are almost there in building a virtual assistant, but I want you to know that learning is a continuous process. I mean, we learn every day on your own. Learn, research, go to ChatGPT, ask questions, research. Researching also helps broaden your scope of knowledge. If there's one thing I love about being a virtual assistant, it is the opportunity it gives you to develop your own self, to develop your own skill. Most of the knowledge I have is based on my research, what I discovered on my own. That is it. You can do so on your own too. The only easy day was yesterday. Apart from yesterday, no other day is easy. It gets harder with time. So after I'm done inputting all the information in my Google Sheet, I want to create a bar graph or a column chart for this. So to do that, I'll first of all highlight all the information entered. So after highlighting all the information entered, what you will do, click on insert. You get to see options, so click on charts. So when you click on chart, a chart editor appears by the right. So from there you get to set up and customize your graph. So yeah, you can work on your bar graph. On the chart type, you can check the drop down in the chart type. You're going to select column, this column. Yeah, you can go ahead to check each tool, check what they offer. There is no harm in trying, right? And you can undo any information you don't like. So also I went ahead to customize this bar graph under the customization tab. I also added a title for this chart, which is AI enabled project management tools comparison. Then I'll also add titles for the x-axis and also the y-axis. To add the titles for x and y axis, when you click on chart title, it gives a drop down. You can choose your horizontal axis and your vertical axis. So once you are done, you can finalize your chart, place it on your Google sheet and drag it. So there you have it for data entry. So that brings us to meeting arrangements. If you have been hired by your client to conduct meeting arrangement, one of the things you will need for some of those meetings is a meeting agenda. A meeting agenda helps to maximize the time spent on a meeting. This is usually prepared before a meeting. This will help the meeting attendees know what to discuss and know what to expect at the meeting. So we would be using Canva to create one. If you don't have Canva on your phone, go ahead and download one. This particular meeting is also going to be about the project management tools we have been researching. So I'm going to browse meeting agenda, and Canva is going to give me lots of searches with templates. So I'm just going to search for suitable templates that is free without having pro and that crown mark, because I'm using the free version of Canva. So I'm just going to search for a free version to customize. I found a template I like, so I will just click on it and allow it to load. Then I can customize this template for the meeting. As a virtual assistant, you should be able to use Canva. That is why I've incorporated Canva for you, so that you will be familiar with this tool, Canva. From your travel arrangements, planning and all, and now meeting arrangements. My dear, you are a pro in the use of Canva already. Just continue practicing and you're going to get familiar with this tool. First of all, I'll rename these templates by clicking on that 3 dots there. Then I get to rename it. Please do well to rename it, because you'll be sharing a link to this templates as your task. So I'll rename it as your name, meeting agenda, and then your unique code. Alright, so after renaming it, you can save and start your editing. To edit this template, I would have to add text. So I'll just click on that text down there, and then I can add a little bit of body text. So now I can just type in and duplicate this text. So I typed in the date of the meeting, which is slated for 10th of February 2025. So I can drag it to the date, and also I can resize it, change the font style, change the font size and all. So what you are going to do now is to schedule a meeting with your peers. That is what you are going to use to prepare your own agenda. Remember, you would be submitting the link to your agenda. So schedule a meeting with your peers. You can use the same peers you had for week 1, or if not, you can reach out to a new set of peers. You can use the Telegram group to reach out to your peers or your friends you brought into the training. So just reach out to them for a date of communication. That is the date you are going to include in this meeting agenda. This particular template, it is only the lines that are editable. So what I will just do, I'll just work with this particular text I just created. I'm just going to duplicate this text for order creation, and the text I met here already are not editable. That was what I noticed with this template. The major thing to be included in your agenda is the date of the meeting, the time of the meeting, the venue the meeting will take place, attendees present in the meeting, the agenda item, and the action panel, or action point rather. The location of the meeting is going to be Google Meet. So remember, in week 2 we talked about Google Meet as one of Google Workspace. So you're going to generate a link to this meeting from Google Meet, and you're going to paste the link here. So I already duplicated this, and I added a test for join here. So I'm going to hyperlink this join here and paste the Google Meet link. So I want to add a link from my Google Calendar. I went to Google Calendar and I went to the date that this meeting is going to hold. If you have forgotten how to find your way around your Google Workspace, please go back and watch week 2 video. So just click on the date and time, and then you get to edit. So you can just edit this meeting title as the title of your meeting, right? Yes. If you like, you can decide on another topic. Yes, you can use another topic to talk about with your peers. So you can use that topic as your title here. There are no rules to it. You can use any topic that you and your peers choose to talk about. Now for your peer, you are a team, right? You can be from 3 to 6 as a number in your peer. You can't be 2 because you have a team leader or the CEO, the virtual assistant. Each and every one of you will play the role of a virtual assistant. So you can just be 3 to 6, and you can give yourself different roles as the case may be. If you don't have any roles to give yourself, just put in your names as attendees. So one person can generate the link to the call on Google Meet. The call has to be on Google Meet. Sorry, it's not going to be a WhatsApp call. It has to be on Google Meet. So optional, you can add a description on the call. So for the description, since the call is about enhancing team productivity with AI tools, I went ahead to say the description of the meeting is to discuss AI tools, automation strategies, and future integration. Now next thing we are going to do is to integrate Google Meet to this. To do that, just click on that Google Meet icon there, that join Google Meet video conferencing. Yes, you get to see join with Google Meet. So you can also you can manage your Meet call settings and all. Now I want you to add guests at that add guests side. Yes, so to add guests, just click on that and you can input the email addresses of people in your team. Please, only people in your team. So also go ahead to add the time of the meeting. It is not all day, so I tick back the all day part. Add the time for this meeting. It is going to be 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. So just added 10 a.m. to then the normal time 11 a.m. So you can check on the time zone and save. When you save, Google asks you if you would like to send invitation to other guests. Send to them, please. Send to your peers too. And you're done. So now you can copy the link to paste in your agenda. So your peers get to receive invitation of this particular meeting. So now you can copy the link and go back to your meeting agenda on Canva. Highlight this join here, hyperlink it by clicking on that. Then you can paste the link, so whenever the person or your client clicks join here, they can join through the meeting link. Yeah, one person in your group can create the Google Meet link and all, and share with all of you to add in your meeting agenda. You are all submitting the meeting agenda separately. You are not submitting it as a group, even though there will be similarities in what you would write together as a group, but you are submitting them individually. Go ahead and insert every other details in your meeting agenda, the start time, the end time, and all other details. And if you encounter difficulties in any way, please reach out to your peers. Reach out to your peers and ask them. And those of you that are able to leverage these tools, please assist others to meet up. To remember, we rise by lifting others. So I went ahead to add attendees for this meeting. For your attendees, just like I said, you can be 3 to 6. Just make sure you have the CEO in attendance and also the virtual assistant. You all are going to be playing the role of the virtual assistant, but you will have the CEO and other positions like project manager, IT specialist, AI specialist. You could just create a position by your own self. If you are using your phone like I am to do this Canva, you have to be very patient with it because it took a lot of time on my own part, and it's going to take a lot of time too on your own part. Please be patient. Remember, virtual assistants are solution providers. And I've received lots of questions like, is it true that you can't be a virtual assistant if you don't have a system? And most times I looked at such messages because, yes, if you are seeing it as an obstacle, then it really is an obstacle to you. I started off with my phone. Yes, when I started off as a virtual assistant, I did not have a system. I started off with my phone. That is why even up to this moment, I am still comfortable with using my phone to offer virtual services. And I recently read about a software engineer who says that he started coding with a button phone. I was shocked because I actually thought coding was something that, you have to have a system, be focused on your system to work with. So there are no obstacles. What I'm trying to say is there are no obstacles if you really want to get it done. You are the only one counting the obstacles. There are no really obstacles. So brace up and you get it done. Remember that this meeting agenda is created before the meeting, right? Then after the meeting, that is when you get to create meeting minutes or meeting notes. A research done by project management and activity platform Asana states that shows that unnecessary meetings accounted for about 157 hours of work. So you can see why you are the behind the scene powerhouse, right? Because with you can streamline business operations, you can help teams and businesses save time. Now when conducting meeting arrangement, you have to create this meeting agenda and share with your client as early as possible. So you can share the meeting agenda a month or 1 to 3 weeks before the meeting, although this range differs in companies. So do well to ask your client or your prospective client how it works for them. Project management tools like Asana and Trello also have great meeting agenda templates that can be used. So with that, now I can go ahead to add the meeting agenda. This template already have start time, duration, what they will be discussing, the desired outcome, and also the end time. So now I'm just going to input details in that part depending on the topic of your meeting. In your agenda item, you should have to put similar items together so that they can be discussed consecutively. I would also be dropping a link to this template in the comment section and also in the description box, so you can check it out, draw inspiration from it, and create your own agenda. So I've gone ahead to input details. I actually expanded this table. I deleted one of them so that I will have enough space to put in what I want to put in. If you are not yet subscribed to this page, you are wrong. Do well to hit the subscribe button and also like this video. Give this video a huge thumbs up and drop a comment. You could say I am an exceptional virtual assistant or I am a unique virtual assistant in the comment section, so I can delete unnecessary lines. I can delete unnecessary lines I don't need. Just by me clicking on it, I get to delete them. Great job, you are doing well. I see you honing your skills to become a virtual assistant. You've honed your soft skills and you are on your way to get a grip of the hard skills. I'm so proud of your accomplishment. I'm so proud of where you are headed, and I could not be happier to see your progress. Learning is a continuous process. With practice, with regular practice, you're going to get a hold of it. So do well to practice regularly, exercise patience, and you're going to figure it out. You've got this. So after filling in the agenda, these action items, normally these action items comes in the meeting minute or meeting note. In this context, action items have to be what would be carried out before the meeting. So I went ahead to impute different actions to be carried out before the meeting. That can be to gather feedback on present tools being used, to research, like the internet research we did. Yes, this is one of the action items before the meeting, so that you have a grip of what the meeting is about. Now for your own team, one person already created the link, right? Now you can come together, decide on the topic of your meeting, and also on action items. You can delegate action items before the meeting for each individual, and also attach deadlines to that particular action item, so each person is aware that this has to be done before this particular period of time. So once you are done creating your meeting agenda, it is time to share your link, to share the link to this meeting agenda. So to share a link to this, click on this export icon, the last icon up there. So clicking on that gives you this. You can share link, and you can also download this as PNG, as an image. So make sure you put anyone access with the link, and then you can copy the link and paste. You would be pasting the link in the task submission form. If you like, you can also download your meeting agenda you just created. And during the meeting, you're going to take meeting note or minute of meeting. You can record with AI and thereafter transcribe your minutes. We have Fireflies, Otter AI, and Read AI as tools that can help you in your transcription. So let's do with Fireflies. So you can just head over to your browser if you want to get started with Fireflies, and then browse. But you have to ask your client if it is okay to use AI tools like Fireflies for meeting. So I searched Fireflies AI, and I get to see the Fireflies AI option. Remember, do not record without your client's permission. Even if you are not in the meeting, your client can record for you. Me, for example, I prefer to multitask. I prefer to listen and also take my minutes. It's going to be just a summary of what I'm listening to. The major information required is the discussion point, key information, decision, action items, then the deadlines, and people responsible to meet that deadline. So I just decided to put my phone on desktop site. Study shows that the average person will take 4 hours to transcribe 1 hour of recording if the audio is clear and slow. But if you know you can't multitask, seek permission from your client and go ahead to use transcribing tools. When visiting Fireflies for the first time, you would be asked to create an account. I already created an account, a free account. They have their own paid version. That particular meeting you would be having with your peer, yes, you might decide to use Firefly as a transcribing tool to take record of the meeting so that you can explore how it goes, or you can just decide to create a summary, to write a summary by yourself if you can multitask, right? So feel free, you can explore other AI transcribing tools like Read AI. Just go to your browser and search Read AI or Otter AI, search for it and explore and see the one you like. But for me, I prefer to use Firefly. So you can even schedule your meeting here. You can also upload your meeting. So to create a new meeting, and you can integrate these tools into your Google Meet. So you just click on new, you get to see the option to schedule a meeting or create a meeting. You can use your Google Calendar, and then it gets you to your Google Calendar. Remember, we talked about Google Calendar in week 2, and you were able to hone your calendar skills, if there is a word like that. So if you can see here, if you look at the guest in this particular meeting, you can see the organizer, and then you can see Fred at Fireflies.ai. So this guy, Fred, it's a guy, right? Yes. So this guy here is going to take recordings of the meeting, everything that happened in that particular meeting for you. So later you can sit back and transcribe the meeting by your own self. Another wonderful tool I want you to also know is Grammarly. Grammarly, you can go ahead and download Grammarly. It can help you to check for spelling errors in your minutes of meeting and in your meeting notes. Please and please, there is no space for spelling errors. So if you're unsure, you can just go ahead, get Grammarly, upload your work, what you transcribe, and Grammarly will help you to check every form of spelling errors and correct them. One of my favorite AI tool also is Quillbot, Quillbot. Yes, I used this during my undergraduate, during my research project, and I got so familiar with it, and I love using it so much. Quillbot can help you summarize your minutes of meeting or your meeting notes. So avoid this sponsored post if you are browsing. This is Quillbot, your complete writing guide. So you could get the app. It has a paraphraser part, grammar checker, AI detector, plagiarism checker, and also it has a summary. Yeah, that's the summarizer. So any of this you want to use, any of this tool you want to use, you can just click on it and Quillbot would help you out with your minutes, in fact, not just that, even in your research too. Remember, as a VA, as a virtual assistant, you must be able to leverage AI tools as a virtual assistant. You must be tech savvy also. You must jump into new trends. I even got to discover that Quillbot has a new tool, a translator tool. I've not seen this before, so you could translate from any language, any international language to another international language. So I tried to translate "How are you" in English to Korean, and what is this? Oh, choba. Oh my god. So feel free, use Grammarly, use Quillbot, research about it, go to the app or the web browser website, right? Check it out, use it, leverage it. You are a virtual assistant, you are a problem solver, right? So just do well to check this out. Please and please don't forget, your project you are submitting individually. There's no group submission for your project, it is an individual submission. There is a difference between minute of meeting and also meeting notes. Minute of meeting are formal meetings that has to do with external audits like stakeholders, editors and all. So those minutes of meeting can be sent to them. But then meeting notes are internal meeting that can be within the team and all. This record action for you and your team to complete before the next meeting. And for this purpose, we are going to be creating meeting notes, because this meeting is about you and your team, right? Your peers, they are your team in this particular case. And remember, you are submitting your project individually. There is no group submission. The only individual thing that can be done is creating the link to the meeting. Yes, the meeting can be on Google Meet or Zoom. There is no WhatsApp call here or phone call or Telegram call, please. It is strictly on Google Meet or Zoom. So do well to schedule the meeting, copy the link and invite others to join. And if you are not so good at multitasking, you can invite a transcribing tool to help you with it. I'm feeling so pumped up with what you've accomplished. Oh my gosh, you did this. I'm so proud of you. I could not be happier. Like, you've got this. You have got this. Okay? So now let us go ahead to our meeting notes, right? So after the meeting, everything said and done, you're going to create a meeting note for that particular meeting that was held. So for this, we are going to still use that meeting agenda to create a meeting note, assuming that the meeting held. But for you, the meeting is going to hold for real, but I will just assume the meeting held. Then I would show you how to go around creating your meeting notes. Except your client wants you to capture the meeting word for word, that is verbatim. You should only capture the important things, that is the discussion points, key information, the decision made, action items, and deadlines. Likewise, the specific people required to meet that deadline. Your meeting notes should be simple, it should be clear and accurate about the decision and key takeaways from that meeting. So to craft this, we are still going to use Canva, our free and useful tool. If you don't have Canva installed in your phone, do well to get it into your phone. Canva does a lot. It goes a long way to help. At the search bar, I just went ahead to search meeting minutes, and then Canva is going to show me various templates I can choose from. You can also check various templates and see the one that works best for your particular meeting. I'm using a free version of Canva, so I would avoid the template having pro. So I get to find the template I would want to use. So this meeting minutes, yeah. So I would just use that one. It is just a page, but this meeting note is a document. It has more pages, but I just want a page. A page is fine by me. So I'll just click this meeting minutes. It loads, and here is the template. I can now edit this. So I went ahead to also give this meeting a title. Do well to give your own meeting a title. It can be what you talked about, the topic of what you talked about in that meeting. For me, it's still about projects. I used enhancing team productivity. So I went ahead to decrease the font size to fit in. I also added the date of the meeting, which is February 10th, 2025, and then attendees also. There is a space to write, just writing the name of the attendees. Make sure that in the name of your attendees, there is a team leader, a virtual assistant. Those two roles are very important in your attendees' name. For the sake of this particular project, and remember, you all are taking the role of a virtual assistant. Remember that you can be 3 to 6 to hold this particular meeting. So you can also give yourselves different names. If you don't have a name to give yourself, just put in your own name there. At the upper right there, I also went ahead to add the company name. I added Millionaire Squad as the company name. You can also add Millionaire Squad as your own company name, please. Then I added agenda for the meeting in the space provided. If you are using Canva for the first time, you might struggle with it. So be patient, please. Be patient while using it. You will definitely find your way around it. I also went ahead to increase the font size of this so you can see the agenda: introduction to AI tools, review of current AI tools, exploration of new AI tools. I deleted these updates to be discussion point and decisions. I will be dropping a link to this template in the description box down below, so you can just use this template as a guide to create your own. So I went ahead to write what was discussed and the decision made based on that discussion. Assuming this was a real meeting, but these inputs are just assumptions from what a real meeting might look like. Always come back to your work and read it again, because there might be little errors that can just make your work look unprofessional. Make sure that your own submission contains the date of the meeting, the attendees, discussion point and decision, agenda of the meeting, and also action items. Action items usually contain the people that are responsible for that particular discussion or decision rather. Then also deadline so I want to add a final announcement. So I just did. Now I just have to cross check my work, check for errors or omission or inputs. So that is it about meeting arrangement. I hope this is educative and informative enough for you. I want to hear your favorite part of this. Honestly, it is stressful. It is a lot, I must say. But I want to know your favorite part, from research to data entry to meeting agenda to transcribing, summarizing, and then to meeting notes. Which do you resonate well with? Let me know in the comment section. Like you always do, like this video, give this video a huge thumbs up, and if you are not yet in the squad, what you got to do is subscribe to this channel. Hit the subscribe button, and remember, what you'll be submitting for this week is your link, is the clickable link to your meeting agenda and your meeting notes. It is just those links you will be submitting, but do well to download them as PNG, because during week 6 we'll be talking about getting hired as a virtual assistant. You're going to create a portfolio, and some of these tools will be efficient for you to add into your portfolio. I am so proud of you and your accomplishment. I need to pump champagne on your behalf. Seriously, okay? Please take note that the goal is not just to be a virtual assistant. The major goal is to be an exceptional and a unique virtual assistant, and that is why you are here. Great things are coming your way, and I am so excited because I am also a part of your journey to becoming a virtual assistant and to accomplish great things. I cannot wait to hear your success stories because I know they are coming right soon. So once you are done, go ahead and click the export icon to share the link. Allow anyone access with the link, please, so that I can see your creation. So copy that link and you will paste in it. You know how we do it right here. And you can also download this, keep it in your phone. Yes, you'll be adding it to your portfolio just like I said, right? To rename, just click on that dot and then you click on this pen icon so you can rename your... So do well to rename it with your name, the date you prepared this minute, and also your unique code. That is it. I cannot wait to see your creations. Wait to go, guys. And I would be seeing you very, very soon.